Good morning, welcome to TERRA at Home. We're here with Michelle from TERRA and we're getting ready for the holiday season. Nice and early, we have to because it comes and it goes so quickly, so we want to talk advent calendars because obviously with an advent calendar you need to have it ready, prepared, ready to go for December 1st.
Absolutely, and that's not that far away, right?
No, it's not.
At this point in time, yeah. In doing it, last year you and I talked about it like briefly, and we were talking about how it's becoming more of a thing and it's a little different. So we went a little step further this year and did actually expand the line of advent calendars, and then I've actually given some ideas of what you could do to fill the advent calendars.
Yeah, there's lots of different choices, right? And you know, I think if we start with something as simple as just just sort of noting the day.
Yes.
Each day.
Yep.
This one here is quite straightforward, right?
It is. It's just a magnet, and you just move it from day to day. So you're not, you know.
The only problem with that, no treats involved.
No treats involved, exactly.
So that's very nice, but.
And then we have this little one, which is great because all the way around, so it's a perfect little house. And there's a couple cubbies that are a little bit bigger, so you could fit things like a little car in there, or.
So that's what we were talking about, because you know, generally advent calendars are tiny little pockets, right, or little drawers or whatever. So when you notice one like here, if we pull the little drawer out, you know, he's tiny enough, but it's great because you can fit in, you know, chocolates.
Pair of earrings.
So we were saying, I mean, you really have to think outside the box here and how you can fill all of these many days. So if you have a little girl, obviously, you know, you can put some earrings, some barrettes, some jewelry of any nature in there, bracelets, all kinds of things. So you want to make sure they fit, obviously, or, you know, you won't be getting these drawers in there. So here, we'll make sure we take those out so we don't leave them as a prize for somebody. So there, again, something like this, really, really great idea. But again, you have a couple little bigger containers. So
you could do some bigger ones, especially Christmas Eve being the 24th is a nice big one too.
Right.
The last day of your advent calendar, right?
And kids get so excited for this stuff.
They
like,
do.
we were talking about your daughter, my son, and how, I mean, it's just like every day, that's like the first thing on my son's mind. That when he wakes up that morning, Mommy, it'd be the 12th today, let's go, right? And so it really is fun, and it doesn't have to involve candy and chocolate.
No, it doesn't.
But those are also easy things to throw in there once in a while.
Once in a while as treats, right?
Little candy cane.
This one I think is really fun because you can really put the pockets. And what we were saying before was, if you don't want the kids to see what's actually in the calendar, you could wrap them. So again, having time. But things like the fancy electrical tapes and stuff they have out now. It's crafty. Throw it in the craft drawer. They're excited about it.
Stickers are always a good one to put in, right?
Oh yeah,
kids
stickers.
Love
they
fit
love
anywhere.
them. Hockey cards. You know, it depends on whether you have a boy or girl, like you said. Bubbles, little pads and paper, like things that they'll use. Oh, little wristbands. You know, why not?
I love these. See, I'm even
all kinds of
what
ideas.
You put in here. So you managed to fit a little tiny car in
I did
here.
fit a little car in
Very
there,
cute.
yeah. So, you know, it's something different for them. And, you know, you could fit little barrettes or things like that too. And like you said, for girls, this one's geared a little bit more towards the little boy. But,
exactly.
And then this one, this pillow, which I think is great, is kind of a mix. I did sort of like, could be any child kind of thing.
Right.
But even like the mini Play-Dohs. I mean, come on, these are great.
Yeah,
this is an
really,
hour's worth
really
of
are.
entertainment.
Yep.
They're happy with
Isn't that
it.
a car?
Little bracelets, you know, like you can fold stuff up into here. I really do like the idea of wrapping each one so they can't see what's in these.
Yeah. Well,
whereas these ones close up.
Because you know, kids, if they have a moment alone, they will basically go through the entire advent calendar while you're not looking. Even for a split second,
they will.
My son would be through this in a heartbeat. So really, again, even it's amazing how just a little one would be excited by just one little candy. Wrap it up, make it extra exciting, and then it gives you, again, just, you know, it's an extra bonus part of this whole operation, right?
It does.
But it's so much fun, and you can totally do this for adults too. Why not? You could put in, you know, actually, another fellow person who works on our show, Blair, decided that, you know, you could put love notes in here.
That's
a great idea. You can even put a cute little note, you know, for your child, but you could also put a note for your loved one. You could put in, hey, if you want to get fancy, you could throw a pair of diamond earrings in there for me.
That's true.
Right? This is the adult version we're talking about here, so you could just have a lot of fun with it. Why not?
Well, we could do things like a little wine marker. You could absolutely give it as such a really nice gift.
I think I'm going to make that suggestion. Because this is so much fun. But again, we're seeing all the different versions of them. So one that's, again, hanging from a wall. You have the wall ones. You have ones that you can put in the middle of your coffee table, of course, on your couch, wherever. You just want to make sure that people don't, if you put chocolate in there, they're not sitting on the pillow.
No, exactly. No one wants to lean on there.
This is one that we had showed last year as well. And this one a lot of people really liked as well.
It's so fun with the little doors. Yeah. So, you know, again, in here, there's barrettes, little bracelet, little wristbands. They are smaller boxes, so you would have to think of smaller things were in these ones, and you wouldn't necessarily be able to wrap them, right? So these are the boxes.
Exactly, but again, even just little tiny, even if you filled them with just chocolate balls, because again, when we go back to some of the traditional advent calendars, which are just full of chocolate.
Yes.
So, I mean, this could just be one with just little chocolate balls inside.
It could be, exactly.
So it doesn't have to necessarily be toys or whatever. And then we want to go over and look at this guy. I really like this one too.
I like this one too. It's like the gingerbread house. You could put it up against your mantle or whatever. Again, little boxes that open the doors.
Yeah. So this one's a little deeper, so you have the opportunity to fill it. You know,
and there's just so many. There's so many things that you can find. You know, you can go to sort of any store and find little miniatures of things and toys and candy, like you said.
Exactly.
Candy canes or mints or whatever.
Exactly.
They're just excited to open the door.
Oh, they really are. And I mean, as I say, I think for anybody, it really is just a fun time. But again, it's that time, like right now, that you need to get on this because you don't want to miss a day, right?
No.
You want to kind of keep this going. So, even here at TERRA, there are lots of little opportunities to get little things to start decorating your house and get going on it. I find, once Halloween was over, I started kind of you start to go.
Well, you have to. You run out of time.
Because you think about all the different elements that you need to decorate your home. So, this is just one that's, again, really tied in with that lead up to Christmas, but you're thinking about outside your house and all of the urns and all the decorations that come outside. And then moving inside from decorating, the two-piece bathroom to
your Christmas tree.
To your Christmas tree, which is a huge, big factor. So you got to pick up your Christmas tree, then all the ornaments involved in that, and then again, decorating every little bit of your house. I find I slowly kind of have to work through it because you can't do it all in one day.
You can't do it all in one day. And then you get to it and it's over.
And then it's over, and then you don't want to put it away because there's so much work to put away. But again, the best part about Christmas is all this fun little stuff. So again, just think outside the box and have great fun with it. And I love that you guys brought in more ideas for advent calendars this year.
It is
because
nice.
It seems, as you say, that the trend seems to be coming back around again. And people are just like having so much fun with it. So now you have an opportunity to have adult ones or take kid ones and turn it into an adult one.
There you go. That's right.
Always great to have you on the show, Michelle. And again, just just think outside the box and have fun with it because it's Christmas and it's festive and it's a good time.
It is.
Thank you. All right, that's it for now. We'll have more TERRA at home right after this. When I dream in color. And when I think of color, I think of TERRA. Make your Christmas dreams come true at TERRA, where color lives.
Heritage perennials. Look for us in the blue pots.
Welcome back to TERRA at Home. We have Gillian Love with us for the second week in a row because we just can't get enough of you.
I love it.
And it is that time of year, right? So it's all about visiting the LCBO and again, tying it in with gift giving. And really, you can't go wrong with giving somebody's favorite bottle of wine or spirit or big container full of beer, whatever it may be, right?
Exactly.
We
have something for everyone.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if it's your grandmother or your little sister, but we have it and we can gear it right to them and their personality. Everybody has different flavor profile and taste preferences. So really don't get stressed out. Come in. We can do anything you want. Any product on our shelf, we can have wrapped up in a nice container for you.
It is nice that you guys do that as well, right?
And when we think, you got to think a little outside the box. So
yes.
What do I get my aunt? Oh, well, I should really like sparkling wine. Well, let's, you know, get her a bottle of sparkling wine, put it into a nice basket or bucket, have some nice glasses, a little bit of chocolate, you know, maybe some cheeses. Like there's all kinds of things you can do. And if you have, you know, someone who likes to entertain or likes to cook, throw a cookbook in with a nice bottle of red. Like there's just so much that.
So if someone bought a cookbook ahead of time or a chocolate bar or something fun, like some dark chocolate, bring it in, and you guys will package it up with a couple bottles of wine.
We
or
will.
Something. That's
For
cool.
sure
I
we
love
will.
that. That's a great idea.
So I just brought today a few examples of what you may be looking for.
Okay.
We're starting with a little more of the feminine gift packs on this side, maybe for your mom or your sister. The first one at the front is just a simple little wine gift set for a hostess or for somebody who enjoys nice, easy drinking New World wines that doesn't want to wait until they're aged in a cellar. They just want to drink them now.
I want to crack it open right now.
Right.
Let's open this up.
You know, there's an Italian Pinot Grigio in there and a couple of California Reds that are really trendy, and so some of the trendier wines are good to give too.
Now that's the thing. You know, say you are buying for somebody, you know, a lot of times at Christmas time, teachers are being given bottles of wine, and people aren't sure whether to give a white or a red. They don't even know what their preference is. What would you say to somebody who said that to you? Okay, Gillian, what should I get?
Our gift cards.
Gift cards, a good option.
Give cheer.
Yeah.
We do have those, and you can have them in any denomination or any amount. But you know, you can also do, if you're not sure, then they can always bring it back. So if it's a bottle of wine that you're buying and they don't like red, they want to change it for white, they can bring it back and exchange
That's
it.
actually a really great thing too. Or you know
We
what
have
you
a great
could do.
return policy.
Yeah, return policy is good. But you know what? As you say, you could do a bottle of white, an easy drinking version of each.
Right.
White and red, and it's probably going to be
even if they don't
crowd-pleasing.
like it or they're not big drinkers or wine drinkers, they can use it for their entertaining, because we all are going to have people over the holidays, so it's always a nice thing to have in the house.
Right?
So you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Or regift.
Right. The next gift basket is really fun. We geared this towards kind of the 24, 26-year-old girl, the skinny grape, the wine o'clock, which is like a wine cooler type thing, wine o'clock.
Awesome.
So it's kind of really neat marketing. The girls' night out, rosé. So it's kind of a fun. You could put a gift card in there for Sephora or something like that. You know, like there's all kinds of things.
That just makes me think too how great that would be for to give, you know, each member of your bridal party or something as well too, right?
Totally.
Really,
it's
again,
so
just
fun.
as you say, theme it up a little bit, and you can make something apply to everyone.
Right, and if you go into the LCBO, there's a wine or a spirit in any theme, really.
Sure.
I mean, you can, if it's a 50th birthday, we have 50-year-old, you know, whatever. There's all kinds of different things you can do. This gift set is really interesting. We're starting to see more trends into the old-fashioned 70s aperitif kind of movement now. The Camparis, the Lillets, the Gallianos. So this is just a nice gift pack for somebody who's maybe into entertaining and wants to stock their bar and like to mix drinks.
Always nice.
It's kind of a nice idea. You can give this along with maybe a cocktail book, something, you know, to get them going,
idea.
or even a cocktail shaker for whatever. These sets here are more for the man in your life. So we've got the beer bucket. We have great Ontario craft beers, local beers. I always suggest to people, if they're not sure what beers to buy, get a selection of all different.
You know, I'm always doing this.
You're always coming in and doing that.
Because you put one together for me one time.
Father's Day.
I love it. I do. I come in for any guy I know that I need to buy a bucket of beer for, and I have to tell you, guys love it.
They love it.
Because maybe it might not be the specific beer that they always drink, but they end up finding something else they like, and it just sort of gives them it's like a party each time they pull out something fresh and new, right?
Pick 6 beers. They're $2 each. You know, boom, 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 in a little bucket, and it's done for $25.
Yeah, that's great.
The next gift set is just an example. We've got 3 whiskeys. We've got the Indian whiskey there in the middle, which is really unique, something a little bit different. And we've got an Ontario Spice Box spiced whiskey. Keep throwing a couple of cigars, have a little scotch. You can put some scotch glasses in there too.
Cool, I like that.
Maybe a little book on scotch or whiskey, you know, whiskeys in general.
And it's amazing. I mean, you can spend some serious money on scotch, right? As
Sure
we know, or you know, wine for that matter as well. But that could be the most, especially for somebody you have no idea what to buy. Do that. Done. That could be the best present you could ever give someone, because someone can keep a bottle of scotch around for a good long time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, you sure can.
So
so it's a really good idea. The next gift set in the end is fabulous, and you can pick any 6 wines, and you can fill a vintage wine box. So this is more geared towards the long-term aging collector.
Yeah, you don't want to be drinking all these ones too
These
quickly.
wines that I picked today are nowhere near ready to drink, so they are ready for a cellar for a good 5 to 10 years away.
Right.
So they're, you know, we've picked the best
Yeah,
of the
you
best for this one. Super Tuscan. We've got a Pomerol from Bordeaux. We've got a Barolo from Italy.
Wow.
An Amarone, of course, from the Veneto area. Up on the top of the box, I've got a lovely Chateauneuf de Pape, which is a blend of about 13 different grape varieties. And then, of course, the Opus,
Yes.
California.
I know, like, but that again, that's such a great gift for some people, right? Because again,
Yes.
sometimes people won't, you know, splurge to buy that, but again, they can take it, put it away, save it for a special occasion,
Right.
and
That's for, yes, the
what a
very
great-
special thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can pick certain wines in those boxes that are, some are, you know, drinking in the next couple of years, some are drinking in the next 5 years,
Sure.
and some go 10 to 15 or 20. So you can stagger them and come in and talk to us, because if you're not
Yes.
sure, we can help you with that.
Exactly.
What wines are for long-term aging and what drinking now? So we can certainly help
And if you
with that.
kind of roughly know what the person in your life drinks, and
Yeah.
you know, and you want to go, the vintages section in itself is fantastic, right?
There's
so
so
go
much
that
to choose
direction.
from.
And again, as you say, you know, you have varying price points. So some very approachable to some that are, you know,
Yeah,
lavish
off
and
the
out there
charts.
and off the charts. But then again, that's a special gift for somebody. right?
Exactly, because they're very rare, and then they get expensive. But it
And you
depends.
also get some really good sort of special edition bottles at Christmas time.
We do.
Too,
We
don't
have
you? Get some
the
really neat things.
Camus just came out with the 40th anniversary edition for Camus red wine from
Wow.
California. So they do come out with special occasion
Yeah, so-
wines. Yes.
Okay,
especially
and
the
again,
holidays.
always reminding people to drink responsibly, but you know, you don't want someone to be drinking this the whole second they get it.
No.
It's about
It's all about
but keeping
enjoying
it together, and again,
yes.
it's all about gift giving ideas, and such a great idea. There are so many options for people out there, and as you say, just come in and talk to you guys. And the stores are also festive and fun, and
They are,
You know,
yeah.
you'll find you might get tight at the end. Or what do I buy for someone? Just go to the LCBO. Gift cards.
go wrong.
Yay. All right, we'll be back with more
Thanks,
Terra at Home.
Leslie.
Thanks, Gillian. That's it for now. When I dream in color. And when I think of color, I think of Terra. Make your Christmas dreams come true at Terra, where color lives.
I am a truth seeker.
A storyteller.
A dedicated volunteer.
I am a caring neighbor.
A customer's best friend.
And a client advocate.
I am a survivor.
A social media junkie.
A proud father of 4 and problem solver.
I am the Hamilton Spectator.
I am the Hamilton Spectator.
I am the Hamilton Spectator.
We are the Hamilton Spectator.
You've sat under them and built forts in them. You've swung from them and fell out of them. You've even fallen in love under them. Trees have always held a special place in our hearts and memories. A natural beauty, trees will grow with you and your family and bring color and nature into your world. For your assurance of quality, look for trees and shrubs with the Medallion plant tag. Medallion plants, locally grown, the pride of Niagara.
Good morning. Welcome back to Terra at Home. We are actually at the Spectator Go Kitchen this morning, so nice of them to let us use their facilities. And I'm here with Mark from La Piazza Allegra restaurant in Hamilton. And we are just getting kind of ready for that season of guests coming over.
That's
and,
right, yeah.
Sort of prep for the holidays. And you have something pretty straightforward, but some people shy away from making.
It's one of those things that, yeah, like you said, people shy away from making mussels, either because of they're not used to eating them or they're unsure about how much to cook them. And people are really worried about undercooking seafood.
Yes.
But these are pretty easy. These are fairly easy. And you know
kinda
what? This
let
is
you
the
know,
time of
don't
year.
they?
They do. They will let you know exactly. And it's the right time of the season. So, you know, in Ontario, our golden rule is if the month has an R in it, that's a great month to have mussels. Okay? So you want to stay away from May, June, July, and August.
Okay.
They tend to be a little bit stronger in flavor, a little bit more pungent, a little bit trickier to cook with.
Okay,
So
that's actually a great tip.
yeah, so this is a good time.
Okay.
So these ones here, this is a recipe that I've done. We created at the restaurant. It goes over really well. It's a Sambuca Mussels, and a lot of people ask me how to make this one. So that's why I decided to do this one for you. It's a little bit sweet. You got that Sambuca, so it's got that licorice flavor, which you're going to pick up.
So well with seafood. I've had shrimp with you know, that same sort of concept with fennel in it, and so it's the same similar flavoring. And it's something about it that's
it blends very, very well to sweet and that licorice especially. So the first thing we're going to do, we heat up a pan, and I'm going to dice a little bit of onion. I got a large onion here, but I'm just going to use a little bit of this. Okay. So we got some diced onion. And the mussels themselves, the only thing you have to keep an eye on is when you're looking at your mussels, you got to make sure that they're all closed before you cook them. So if you see something like this that's open, give it a tap. He'll start to close up if he's fresh. If he's not fresh and it stays open, discard it. Don't use that one.
He's not well. Okay.
Okay.
That's good to know.
We're going to put a little bit of oil into the pan. And we're going to put our onions.
But you're right. People are so afraid to mess around with seafood. They don't want to get sick. They don't want to get their guests sick, and it's just people get scared.
They do get scared. And you know what? If you are going to start cooking seafood, I would say mussels is a good one. Don't go to clams or anything like that. They're a little trickier to cook, but start with the mussels. Okay. Because they're one of the quickest cooks as far as timing goes. And again, they let you know. When they're all opened up, you know they're good to eat. And if they're not, if they don't open even after cooking, then those ones are dead. You can throw them out as well.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So they should be closed before you cook them and opened after you cook them.
That's right. We put in a little bit of garlic, pinch of salt, pinch of pepper. Now, I didn't put too much salt just because it is a seafood, so it already has a certain amount of salt in it. Yep. And in go our mussels. And all you want to do before you put your mussels into the pan is give them a quick rinse, wash them, de-beard them, take any seaweed that's attached to them.
Actually, I was always afraid to try mussels as well, and I did them just this past, well, I guess, about a month ago or so, and they worked out perfectly. And again, Beautiful. It was something, I don't know why I was afraid, but, you know, just...
Yeah, just if you're not used to cooking them, people shy away.
Yeah, the simple tips, and you do it, and there are so many options for cooking and different flavors. And
oh, yeah, there's nothing better than finishing a plate of mussels and having a nice piece of bread and sopping up all the sauce.
It's a great thing.
So all I'm going to do, cover the mussels when they're cooking. It makes it a lot easier. It speeds it up. So if you're going to do it in a pot, if you're doing a large amount, just put the lid on the pot as well.
So you're creating just a nice, real warm little oven effect.
That's right. Yeah, it keeps the moisture in, keeps them nice and plump as well, so they don't dry out on you. Because you can cook them without that, but you do want that moisture to be retained. And then you just stir them around every once in a while. Give them a quick toss.
But it really is a matter of minutes with these, isn't it?
It doesn't take long.
No.
They really don't take long.
Now, you're mentioning clams. I know that sometimes you can overcook clams where they get really chewy.
Very tough.
Right?
Very
and
tough.
A similar concept of cooking, but for some reason they can get just really...
They do. They become... I mean, mussels will do the same, but you really have to overcook the mussels. Right. Where with clams, they take longer to open up. So when they take longer to open up, you tend to leave them in a little bit longer. And if you're doing them very similar to this, like a white wine garlic, you just have to be careful because by the time they open up, they're almost ready to eat right away. So you want to take them off the heat. You don't want to leave them in there for an extended period of time.
Ooh, that smells good.
Yeah, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this on high. So most of the mussels you can see are starting to open up now. Okay, now I'm going to put the burner on high, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some Sambuca to this, and we're going to flare it up a little bit. Right. Now this you have to be careful when you're doing this at your house. Don't burn down your kitchen.
Your cupboards go up like whoosh.
I'm going to put a little bit in there. And we're just going to flare that up a little bit. And what that does is it burns off some of that alcohol that's in the pan because you're retaining that licorice flavor, but you're not going to get that bite of the alcohol that's in the Sambuca.
You put a very little amount in.
Yeah, you don't need a lot. I mean, you want it to be there. You want that flavor there, but you don't want it overpowering.
Okay.
So it's burnt off. It burnt all the alcohol away. We're going to add a touch of cream. Now you can use any cream you want. This is 18%.
Of course it is.
Love 18%. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid back on that and lower that down and just let that cream start to reduce on a rapid simmer, but it's going to also intensify that flavor of the licorice that you're getting out of the Sambuca.
Oh, really? Okay, so basically a very straightforward ingredient. So
very straightforward.
Your onion and your garlic, as you say, salt and pepper. and
a little bit of Sambuca, a little bit of oil to saute it all in, and then cream.
Yeah, exactly. So again, right now we're just sort of letting the flavors sort of gel.
That's right.
Thicken up just a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's going to start to thicken up. You're going to see that the sauce, I mean, it's starting to thicken up already. And that's part of the sugar that you have in the Sambuca as well that's helping thicken that cream up.
Okay, so you waited until those shells opened.
Yes.
Before you start getting into the final little preps there.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
very good.
You want to have them open.
Okay, all right, very good. And again, obviously you don't want to overcook them. So overall cook time would be?
For about a pound, you're looking at about 7-8 minutes.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's pretty fast.
What we'll do is we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll plate it. We'll talk about, again, some other options, some flavor options that you can have when it comes to mussels. Again, there are just so many different types of sauces, so we can come up with some different ideas for people to experiment at home. We'll be right back with more Terra at Home.
When I dream in color. And when I think of color, I think of Terra. Make your Christmas dreams come true at Terra, where color lives.
You've sat under them and built forts in them. You've swung from them and fell out of them. You've even fallen in love under them. Trees have always held a special place in our hearts and memories. A natural beauty, trees will grow with you and your family and bring color and nature into your world. For your assurance of quality, look for trees and shrubs with the Medallion plant tag. Medallion plants, locally grown, the pride of Niagara.
The Hamilton Spectator, at work, at home, or on the go. Read us online, in print, or download us to your e-reader. Get the Hamilton Spectator any way you want it.
Good morning, welcome back to Terra at Home. We're back with Chef Mark here at the Go Kitchen, the Spectator Go Kitchen, and we're working on a mussels dish. So all completed. We're, again,
almost
very
all done.
quick to assemble. It smells amazing because of the, again, you can smell that Sambuca, just a nice little
little bit of licorice, a little bit of flavor there. You can see that the cream has thickened up.
Yummy. Now, we were saying that there are lots of different flavor combinations when it comes to a dish like this. Sometimes you'll see more tomato-based.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, definitely. There's, you know, you could do arrabbiata, so you add a little bit of spice to your tomatoes. You can do that. You can do pesto is really nice. Pesto mussels. Pesto mussels are really, really nice. And of course, there's the traditional white wine, garlic, little diced tomato, the al olio style. We've done them with a very similar to this with the cream, but instead of putting Sambuca, we used a pureed roasted red pepper. So what it does is it gives you real smoky flavor. So it really changes the profile of the dish depending on the sauce that you're going to go with. But
and some people love mussels, right? So people love to try different combinations.
Oh, yeah.
Again, some people would have this as a meal for themselves, just with, as you suggested, a nice crusty piece of bread and
that's a full
good
meal.
To go. Or you can have it, you know, give people just a small little
a little
sampling.
appetizer.
So
it works both ways. I mean, from time to time on a winter night, if I'm not want a heavy meal or something like that, I'll buy a couple pounds, put them in the pot, and away you go. Like I said,
and
go
that's
for
so
bread.
Much fun, right? Open a bottle of wine and just
that's it. Away you go.
I imagine you probably have sort of one of these on your menu at all
This
times.
is on our menu.
Yep.
This one's on our menu. The spicy arrabbiata ones are on our menu, the al olio, and then we do the pesto, the roasted red pepper ones for features and stuff like that.
Awesome. So very, very straightforward.
Very straightforward.
You can grab these recipes on our website at terragreenhouses.com. And again, just experiment with flavors. So you know the basics now about cooking them. It's really, really easy. And don't be shy. As you say, just make sure you get them in the right months, in the right season. Everything is better in season, as we know, particularly if you're messing around with seafood, right?
That's right,
Always
for
great
sure.
working with you. Thanks, Chef Mark from La Piazza Allegra. That's it for now. Have yourself a great weekend.